Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Katie and Kim
Film Talk and
Talk Film. Today we will be talking about the film The Book Thief, based on the 2005 book of the same name by Marcus Zuzak. It was a New York Times bestseller, won a bunch of awards. Many of you probably read it in high school or middle school, whichever.
So this film revolves around the character of Liesel. She's a 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl. Her mother is a communist, and she's taking her to live with some foster parents because it's too dangerous for Liesel and her brother to stay with their mother. She arrives at her foster parents' house, Hans and Rosa, played by Jeffrey Rush and Emily Watson, not to be confused with Emma Watson,
No.
who played Hermione.
They do come to find out her first day in school that she can't read, and so children are making fun of her.
Hans ends up teaching her to read and write, and
there is a Jew whose father saved Jeffrey Rush's character's life in the First War. He comes to hide out with the Ubermans. And he and Liesel strike up a friendship based over their love of words, and it's really kind of a lovely story in that regard. However, because it is World War II Germany, a lot of bad things happen. A lot of bad things. There are air raids all the time.
They have a whole book burning scene. It's very upsetting. She starts taking laundry to the mayor and his wife, and the mayor's wife lets her go in the library and read some of the books. So then she kind of starts borrowing them without permission, and that's why it's called The Book Thief.
That is title of the movie and book. But anyway,
this is what we thought of the film.
Here's our take.
Our take. The visuals are beautiful. The whole film has this kind of stylized, desaturated look to it. There's some very, very striking scenes right from the beginning.
I was a little worried going into it that it would be a little too sort of mawkish. They were able to steer clear from that. There were, of course, obvious moments where it was just pulling on the heartstrings.
I thought the lead girl who played Liesel, Sophie Nélisse, she was great.
Really great.
She's like 13 in real life, and the film spans over 5 or 6 years, so she grows up, I think she's about 16 at the end.
Yeah. I think everything was sort of deliberately done with costumes, set, everything. And of course, if you read the book, you know exactly what's going to happen. It differs a little bit, but I didn't think it suffered from what was taken out. A few characters have been taken out and things like that, but overall I think it remains true to the story, the spirit of the book. So, is it worthwhile to see in the theater? Yes, I think if you really like sort of heartwarming tales of childhood.
If you love Jeffrey Rush.
And you should, if you're a human being.
He's
just the best. This might be a little inappropriate, but we do not find this movie quotable. We both hesitated to say that, but to remain true to ourselves.
There are just some movies that you can't quote.
You just can't. Nor should you. So that's about it. Better than I was expecting, I would say.
Beautiful film.
So with that,
thank you again for joining us. This was Katie and Kim,
Film Talk and Talk Film.
I have coconut
water.
This time.
Let us know what you think of it. Comment,
Yeah.
Tweet us. We're on Tumblr. We're pretty much everywhere. We might be inside your house.
Watching you sleep.
Watching you watch movies.
We may do a video on it later.
We may do a video on it.
Whether you were quotable.
Whether you were quotable, so be quotable.